Hello, everyone. How are we doing?
Hello.
Hola.
We got a cup of tea. Tea, Dan?
Cup of tea with oat milk. Nice.
Oat milk.
Yeah, I
Oh.
ran out of normal milk and
Oh, it's not what you usually use then.
nah.
Oh,
Does taste alright though, a bit creamy.
Yeah, I think I've only had oat milk twice before, and I thought it was all right. Yeah, Jordan's eating yogurt.
Yeah, it's a high protein strawberry mousse.
Strawberry mousse.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say,
Oh.
anything that puts mousse in it sounds better already.
But just before we started, I realised I am actually starving. You know, like when your stomach's like, "Arrgh." So I was like, oh shit, okay.
It's a yogurt for yogurt males.
Yes, exactly.
And you did actually win the.
I did.
There was some
literally, but yeah.
Oh.
So I think Jimmy hadn't quite swallowed by the time my yogurt pouch hit the floor.
That's it.
Yeah, controversy.
I think when I did that, I went for the wrong tactic. I tried to open them both at the same time and then squeeze them both in. But by the point I got them both open, I was already fucked. So, not the best tactic in the world. Yeah. Well, hopefully this week there won't be a power cut, which should be not to have. Because I remember I left inadvertently last week because of the power cut. I come back, you're talking about Domino's pizza not being as good as kebab pizza, and I was like, okay, this podcast topic has gone left field. I appreciate it. You got to carry on.
Yeah,
but hopefully today we'll be talking about some UFO footage, which would be cool. And I also want to try and make another dent in the horror tier list, which we still haven't completed because there's like 1,000 films.
Yeah, that is so fucking vast.
I thought it was good. Maximum, I thought 2, maybe 3 episodes. We're probably on the 4th or 5th, but it's the way it is, you know. You've got to adapt or die.
Yeah,
it's true. It's probably going to be doing it. We're doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
just keep it going forever. Add to the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple of videos to show you of the UFO footage, obviously. One of them is from last year that's been released by the Pentagon.
Right.
But the first one I'm going to show you is from the good old war zone of Ukraine. So I'll show you that. It's just basically a flash, like a bright flash of light that happens, and it's currently, as far as I'm aware, unexplained. So I'll put that on the screen, and we'll just watch it and have a chat. There's no audio, by the way, on either of those clips. That I'm about to show you.
That's handy. Oh, that sounded so. That's not how I meant it. I meant from a copyright perspective.
Yeah. Right.
So fucking.
That was Chris.
That's handy.
That's not what I meant.
Mate,
that's
the audio
listeners. The audio listeners are there, though. That's a meteor, surely.
Yeah.
So basically, it's something breaking into orbit.
Big fucking meteorite, though.
Yeah.
Right, so that was the footage, like Jordan says. It's literally just a series of flashing lights. It does look like something is falling through the sky and kind of like
entering the atmosphere.
But yeah, so I'll read out what was been put in this article, because there was a bit of confusion about, is it something that NASA was doing, but they've said it wasn't. So, a mysterious flash of light that lit up the skies over Kiev, or Kiev. I don't know how you pronounce it anymore. So many people talk.
Kiev, I think.
Kiev, yeah, we'll go for Kiev.
I mean, chicken Kiev.
Yes, it doesn't sound right.
I think there is a Kiev, or is that the Kiev place?
I don't know. I thought this. I've always called it Kiev, but ever since the war, it's been Kiev.
Because chicken Kiev's not spelt like that, is there? So perhaps it's a different.
Yeah,
and that is. I've just googled it, and Google's always right. It is Kiev.
Kiev. There you go.
But is there another place that's Kiev in like the Middle East?
Might be.
I'm going to just look at
the geography's in the toilet.
Yeah, but chicken Kiev is spelled Kiev.
Yeah, I love chicken Kiev. Bit of
chicken
garlic butter.
It's a Russian. Oh, controversy. It's a Russian dish. Sorry, I'm fucking. tangent here.
So maybe it is a Kiev.
This is why it could be all over.
Yeah.
We're literally 5 minutes in and we're talking about chicken Kievs. It is what it is. But yeah. So Kiev, it's in Kiev. It sparked alarm, confusion, and speculation as to what may have caused it. 4 short video clips posted on Telegram channel by journalist and blogger Anatoly Shari, I'm going to call that's how I'm pronouncing that last name, showed the sky over Ukraine capital suddenly illuminated. Sergei Popko, head of the city's military administration, described it as a bright glow on the messaging app. I didn't realize how much traffic Telegram gets, like, in that part of the world. I didn't know it was. It's like
I
the
thought Telegram was for crypto and terrorism.
Yeah.
That's a great
and war.
And war.
Yeah, that's a great marketing. You just got there, Telegram.
Yeah.
So if you do want to sponsor anything, consider us. But we think you're all terrorists and that.
Bitcoin and IEDs come to us.
Oh dear, that's that fucking brown deal in the toilet. He said an air raid alert was activated, but air defense was not in operation. In one clip, a flaming object appeared to be crashed into the ground. The Ukrainian Air Force, which aims to bring down missiles and drones fired by Russia, said a satellite plunging from orbit or a meteorite could be responsible, which goes back to what we initially thought. At the current time, there is no risk of enemy using air weapons, it said. Minutes earlier, presidential advisor Andriy Yermak had posted an emoji of a UFO.
There we go.
Social media users reacted with memes as they speculated about the cause of the glow. Please do not use the official Air Force symbols to create memes for the enemy to enjoy, the Ukrainian Air Force said in a message. The Austrian ambassador to Kyiv posted a video of the incident and joked about others on Twitter, suggesting it was an alien spacecraft. That's just the same video he watched earlier, and that's what he posted.
Right.
It's basically just a bit for audio listeners. It's just a picture of a UFO with a light shining down on a soldier pointing upwards. I don't really know.
Sticking his middle finger up at it?
That's a good point. But is he sticking it because he's fat? As you can see, it's facing backwards, so surely you'd have to be doing it upwards to, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But maybe he's giving the middle finger to us. I don't know. It's multi-layered. It's multi-layered. Yeah. The city's military administration, citing what it called preliminary information, said it was a crashing NASA satellite. The US Space Agency denied this and said there appeared to be some confusion over its announcement earlier this week that it was bringing a retired satellite out of orbit. It said the satellite sent into orbit in 2002 to study the sun was still in orbit at the time of the flash. On Monday, NASA said the 300-kilogram defunct spacecraft known as Resi, I don't know how you pronounce that, would plummet through the atmosphere on Wednesday night. Most of it would burn up, but some parts were expected to fall to Earth. So NASA basically said it's not anything to do with us, don't involve us. But the most likely is that it's a meteorite, which is exactly what we said at the start. Mm. But of course, when you go online, there's loads of conspiracy theories and stuff that it's not a meteorite. Some people have said it might even be a ploy to kind of fake an attack on Ukraine so they can then have, which is what was seen literally the other day in Russia. I don't know if you've seen or heard about this. They've claimed that there was an assassination attempt on Putin.
Oh, right.
It's literally like apparently they blew up like a couple of drones that managed to penetrate into the Kremlin, and they're what is kind of said by the Western side is that it's just a ploy by Putin to say I'm being attacked, which gives me freedom to be as retaliatory or retaliate how I want. But then you've got obviously the Russians saying, "Well, we're being attacked. We can do, what we want." But
yeah,
it's smoke and mirrors everywhere.
Propaganda in it. It's
but there's so much on either side. You just
exactly. Yeah, you just don't. Yeah, I don't trust any of them to be honest.
Fuck them all. Millwall. If you've got any Millwall fans, I do apologise.
It is very interesting, isn't it?
blurred
I read
lines,
an article this morning about how, like, basically embarrassing it is for Putin to have potentially done this, you know, kind of fake assassination attempt, and it's just sort of like, I don't know what it like. You know, this man has nukes. Like, I don't know if we should be sort of saying, "Oh, what a fucking idiot!" He's proper embarrassed himself there, because you know,
Yeah.
like when you're a kid, and like you proper embarrass someone, right? Or not,
Yeah.
maybe not. Or you saw someone get proper embarrassed.
Yeah.
What do? They tend to lash out.
Yeah.
So imagine, oh, I'm a fucking idiot, am I? I've embarrassed myself, have I? Oh, well, look how embarrassing this nuke is. And then that's it. And I wouldn't put it past him.
Definitely
You know what
not.
I mean? I wouldn't put it past him. This man, he's on his last legs.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
don't know. Ultimately, because of propaganda, both sides, we don't know if he's winning or losing this war. But let's say he is losing and Ukraine are fighting back, which is embarrassing, let's be honest. You know, the world's superpower, the terrifying Russia being defeated by basically guerrilla warfare by Ukraine. All right, I know they're getting lots of backing from Ukraine and by NATO and stuff, but I just don't see this. I just don't see him going, oh, well, we lost.
Yeah.
I just don't see that happening.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I bet he's just, but then at the same time, I just refuse to believe that people around him will allow him to destroy the world with nukes. So it's you know,
I think like, the problem is at the moment is like, if this was like 6 months ago, you'd still expect some semi-level-headed people to still be around him. But now we're like seeing how the war has gone, although, like you say, it is propaganda on both sides.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's been a resounding success that they expected it to.
Yeah.
So I would have expected, or probably already has happened, to be honest, that several of his closest, not allies, but in his group, who are still like, okay, well, I want to survive and I want the world to still be here after this conflict. I reckon they're fucked off. And he's left with all the yes men who are like, yes, nuke them. Yes, we need to destroy everyone. Yes, president. Yeah, he's just left with yes men, I'd imagine. But which does worry me if it comes down to like, right, shall we nuke somewhere? And they're like, what do you think? And he went, yeah, I want to nuke somewhere. Then we should nuke them. Oh, well, that's fucking brilliant. He's got yes men there. So that does worry me slightly.
I'll tell you the other thing, right? Which I've just thought about. Because, you know, they say like, oh, well, if someone presses the red button, then everyone's going to press the red button. Surely, let's say, I don't know, Russia nuked us, right? Surely, rather than sending a nuke back or America nuking them or something, like, if like NATO and America and is NATO America part of NATO? I don't know.
Yeah,
If they all stood up and just invaded Russia, surely they could get it done in a day.
Yeah, it's the
so rather than nuking back and then everyone nuking everyone, you just one person gets nuked and then everyone else invades the person that nuked.
The thing with the nukes is that if he's done one, obviously they've got potential to do loads.
Oh yeah, they've got like 2,000, haven't they?
If you don't respond quick enough, obviously nukes is the quickest way to respond.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you don't respond quick enough, he could just be like, "Fuck it, let's do all 200," and literally just decimate the world. Because once you've sent one, your country's fucked, innit?
Yeah.
If you send a nuke, like that's it, it's going. So like,
I mean, you can see it from space. Let's be honest.
you might as well just send all 200. So even before you get that chance, you've got to fucking just send a nuke back straight away. In fact, not only everyone that's got nukes has just got to send them back. Just obliterate the whole of.
Push all the buttons.
Yeah, just gone.
Yeah.
And anyone who's back in Russia, just send nukes to them as well, because. Yeah, I mean,
this is how it all ends. That's it, isn't it?
I know, but it's like
that's how it ends.
Right first.
It's just lucky that back in fucking World War II, America were the only ones with it.
Yeah,
because that was when it was a deterrent. But now it's just sort of like, you know, I'm really looking forward. It's not a sidetrack really, but they're fucking Christopher Nolan Oppenheimer film that's coming out.
That does look good.
Can't wait for that, man.
And it's a Chris Nolan film, so
yeah, Christopher Nolan, The Origin of the Nuclear Weapon. You just know, and I'm absolutely cool with it, but you just know that film is going to end with the voice recording of him saying, "What is he?" It's one of the coolest fucking lines ever, because he was like, "I have become death, destroyer of worlds," or something. The guy that cracked the splitting of the atom to create the atom bomb.
Nice.
Crazy. He's definitely going to finish with that. Has to. But yeah, there's Cillian Murphy playing Oppenheimer, I believe.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It looks fucking immense. Like, and obviously, like I say, it's Christopher Nolan. He doesn't really miss. I weren't that keen on Tenet, but he doesn't really miss.
Yeah, Tenet. Yeah, good film. I've had to watch it a few times, I think.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah.
I think there's a few of his films that are like that, to be honest. You do have to watch a few times.
Memento.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is Christopher Nolan, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a great film.
Yeah. But anyway, we're getting nuked. What's the next UFO?
Yeah, so that's the cheery story of the possible nuke situation. I'll go on to the next one. Get rid of that one. UFO sighted by US drone over Middle East in 2022. Again, this is a video. It has no sound. But I'll play the video, and there's an article to go with it, which I'll read from. It's like a it's like a ball they're tracking. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on the video.
Oh, shit. That is...
yeah, they've released this from Middle East 2022.
That's very interesting because I was reacting to a Nukes Top 5 video, and I've made a reel and a short of it. There's like an aeroplane, a pilot that is filming this object. It's just a commercial pilot, and it looks exactly like that, which would imply that it is like some sort of aircraft that has been seen multiple times.
It's weird.
It looks like,
because it's spherical. That's what doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to make something that flies, it's very rare that you make it into a fucking sphere.
Yeah, but then again, that would be the least
friction.
Yeah.
You can't tell whether it's falling down or just moving horizontally in the video. But it's weird. But I'll read out the article that's gone with it. UFO spotted by US drone in Middle East, Pentagon reveals. The strange metallic orb was spotted by US Reaper drone in 2022 in the Middle East. As the AARO revealed to Congress, this particular UFO has been spotted repeatedly in the region. A strange unidentified flying object in the form of a metallic orb was detected in the Middle East by the US Reaper drone sometime during 2022, the US defense official Sean M. Kirkpatrick told Congress. Footage of the orb, which had been classified up until now, was revealed by Kirkpatrick, who heads the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, that's what the AARO stands for, to study UFOs as part of the latest US defense sector update on the issue of UFOs. In particular, Kirkpatrick noted the sightings of UFOs have been on the rise, and the agency is tracking around 650 specific incidents, though clarified that there's no evidence of this resulting in aliens. However, it is a significant jump from the 350 instances mentioned in the report shared with lawmakers earlier this year. This is the second time Pentagon officials have come before US lawmakers in 2023 to provide an update on the many different UFO cases, also known as the unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, which many people view as a security threat. It's interesting that they class it as a security threat, obviously it being tracked by the armed forces, because there's quite a few people who are now saying that this ever-growing budget that the security sector needs in America. Like every year, it seems they get more and more of a budget, and
it's the
they
biggest
seem like
budget.
they need to expand their budget by now saying we need to track extra shit, and this shit needs funding. So there are people saying they're kind of inflating these, or maybe even there's a chance that they might fabricate some of these instances to get more funding to try and figure out what the thing they created is. Do you see what I mean? Trying to funding,
or just create more funding so that they've got a bigger budget for war.
Yeah,
because like it's a lot easier to get support or no backlash for budget for possible UFOs than go into war with Russia.
Yeah.
I don't know how the funding works, but I imagine that, like I say. And to be fair, if you wanted to fabricate that, it'd be easy. Like with AI and all the stuff I've got now, you know, someone could make that, and then you drop a few agents in the Middle East, and they give some testimonials.
Yeah.
And then release it, release it through the ways where it comes out later, sort of thing.
Yes, it's definitely within the realms of possibility, considering what's been done before by governments, even American governments.
That's hard, isn't it? It's just hard to know. It's hard to fucking know what's real and what's not real. What's actually happening, or because all the sides are just dirty anyway. All the governments are dirty.
Yeah, it's just a fucking cesspool, really. That's it, innit? What was the UFO spotted in the Middle East? In the footage dated July 12th, 2022, which the US Defense Department shared online, the US military's MQ-9 Reaper drone, somewhere in the Middle East, exactly where wasn't disclosed, can be seen monitoring a strange metallic silver orb-like object flying around below it, seemingly at very high speeds, while the drone's camera tries to follow it. I don't know in the video if it's the drone's camera picking up and then following it automatically, or whether the actual operator has something to do with initially getting hot, because it seems like a human reaction time from it going past the camera's view to then being like, oh shit, what was that?
Yeah.
I don't know how they work.
It's strange that it's literally drawn their attention away from what they were looking at as well.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. It's so hard to judge the distance, but obviously there's no like shadow anywhere.
Yeah.
No. But I don't know how high the drone is, and in relation to where that would be.
But
it kind of looks like it's like it kind of looks like it's halfway between the floor and the drone. It kind of seems like it's in the middle.
Kind of looks like a cannonball.
It does, yeah. It does look like a cannonball, yeah.
But if Bob Lazar is to be believed, how these sort of things work is they manipulate gravity around them, so they're falling through space rather than using propulsion to move through space. So he described it as imagine putting a heavy bowling ball on a mattress. You know how it falls into the space.
I've seen that. Actually, if you look at the shadows on the people and the sheds and stuff, and then if you look at the ball, and the actual shadows are on kind of like they're on the opposite side. So the black, or the black is on the right hand side. Of the ball.
Yeah.
This footage is significant because while there have been previously declassified US military footage of UFOs, those were all taken by pilots in manned aircraft. This one, however, was taken by a drone. However, this isn't the only time this particular UFO had been seen, apparently. There have been many more other sightings of a strange flying metallic orb in the Middle East. What explanation could there possibly be for this? Kirkpatrick said there isn't one, but the reason for that is due to a lack of available data. He's quoted as saying, "It is going to be virtually impossible to fully identify that just based on that video," he said, according to ABC News. He also shared another video, this one taken by Reaper drones in South Asia in January 2023. At first, this footage was also thought to be an unexplainable anomaly. However, the AARO has since come to a conclusion it was a heat signature left by a nearby commercial airplane, CNN reported. Kirkpatrick made waves back in February after his office helped identify the Chinese spy balloon in US airspace. This was later followed by a number of other UFOs spotted in the US and Canada, all of which were shot down. However, Kirkpatrick has also sparked the attention of UFO enthusiasts, those who believe it may be possible that these objects are signs of intelligent life among the stars. Back in March, he and Israeli-American astronomer and Harvard University professor Avi Loeb theorized the existence of an alien mothership that could have been sending UFO probes to Earth. Loeb is a leading voice for the SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, research in the mainstream scientific community, and has long advocated that scientists should consider the possibility that humanity may not be alone in the universe. While Kirkpatrick was quick to clarify that there is no evidence at this time of any alien activity whatsoever, and only a small percentage of UFO sightings could be considered anomalous, he urged UFO enthusiasts to submit their own findings, research, and analysis to be peer-reviewed by credible scientific journals. This, after all, is what the AARO is doing too. This is how science works, Kirkpatrick said, according to the ABC News, not by blog or social media.
Oof.
Yeah. So there's also runs in, I guess, with what I was saying before. There's quite a few conspiracy theories around the Chinese spy balloons that were found, again, saying that they're trying to inflate the problem of having foreign objects enter the airspace to then try and get more funding to defend themselves that will go into, obviously, other defense contracts, building better weapon systems, all that sort of shit. But yeah, it's just again, smoke and mirrors. You don't know who the fuck to believe. But yeah, that's interesting footage.
It definitely is. I just, I hope it is UFOs, you know, and not like just some sort of random technology that, you know, is underutilized or is kind of secret, that they're using to, like you say, you know, kind of inflate budgets and stuff. Because that would suck. Like if that's just like some sort of highly technological American fucking drone, and they're like, well, if we go and shoot this out there,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, it's nicer.
UFO.
It's a nicer thought thinking it is like some sort of UFO or some sort of like like some sort of like data drone from another planet. Because I often think if we did find a planet that had some sort of life, like we wouldn't be sending like ships with humans on it. We'd be sending little, you know, things like this or little drones to like get data, and you'd catch as much data as you could, for as long a period of time, especially if you were more advanced. You'd be working it all out, wouldn't you? You know,
yeah, definitely. I mean, like we've sent satellites out.
Exactly. Yeah. So like
imagine one of our satellites rocks up, you know, just outside of orbit of a planet that has intelligent life. They'd probably think like, oh fucking hell, like an alien spaceship has just rocked up. And it could, like you said, it could happen with us as well. Like imagine like a fucking spaceship just rocks up outside of our orbit, and we're like, oh shit, the aliens are here. Whereas actually, it's just like a fucking satellite.
Yeah,
just sending data.
Yeah. It's again, as well, the time period that we've actually had satellites up around the Earth it's just not long in the scale of planets being alive. It's such a small percentage of time. I think Elon Musk said this. It's like the chance that even if you did find civilizations out there, the chances of getting the right timelines are like very, very remote. They're going to be very different to us.
Yeah, and they could already be extinct.
Yeah.
By billions of years.
Yeah. Yeah, there could have been lots of life out there, just gone. I mean, like I say, the chances of intelligent life form are like, I mean, given all the probabilities, and when you watch documentaries on the Earth about how special that we are, how many things have had to happen for us to, I think we'll definitely find life, but intelligent life, God, it's like that. That seems.
Yeah.
I think given the vastness, it would be out there, but will we ever be able to get to it? I don't know.
Yeah. It's very true.
And the fact that space is expanding.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a and the rate is expanding. That's another worrying thing, is that, like, even if you fucking figure out how to travel at the speed of light, like stuff is traveling at the speed of light. Well,
away from you.
Stuff. Yeah, so it's like it's near impossible to almost catch that.
Yeah. You have to find a different means to travel.
Different means. Yeah.
Like wormholes and stuff, isn't it? Where they obviously it's all theoretical or even just fiction, but where they like fold space.
Yeah.
You have an entry point here, an entry point here, but you fold space, so you just go boop, so you just go through it.
Yeah. I often think, given again where we've gone in the last 50 years from finding out our solar system to then like the Milky Way to then the galaxy to then like billions and billions of galaxies like that, I wonder if in my lifetime we'll get to a point where we find like another universe.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Because that would be crazy. Because then if you find one other universe, then it's like the chances are there's multiple out there. Or is like the universe, but is it one of those things like the Earth? Is it just such a rare? And we don't know, do we? Because we've only got to the edge of our expandable universe. So like, you don't know. Say that's our universe there. There could be another one like there.
Yeah.
But for us to ever, the light's not going to shine.
That space is,
Yeah. So I don't know how you would go, or how we, because obviously if you've got to the edge of our universe at the moment, when we keep advancing, we are going to soon be able to go out of that. I imagine at some point, to even if there's nothing there, you'll be able to go away. Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Look out. I don't know exactly how it works. It's all based on light, isn't it? So, I don't know if you can do that. If how far can they keep going from that to see if there's any more light anywhere?
It's just insane.
Yeah, the vastness,
absolutely insane.
Yeah. I struggle to get my head around it, because obviously there is.
How can you get your head around it? Because it's like, if you think of all of space, unless it's infinite, which makes no sense, how can something not have an end? If it's growing, what's it growing into? Does it have a boundary? In which case, what the fuck is that? Like, what if you hit the boundary of the universe? What is that? Just like an invisible wall?
Yeah.
And then, what is beyond it? Like, but then
the only way I ever get my head around thinking about that is like, I think about like brains and your thoughts. Like, your thoughts are kind of endless. Like, there's the space within your brain. That's the only way I can get my head around it. That it's kind of like, I don't know, and I don't know how that would correlate to like actual physical planets, but just that it's, I don't know, like the space in your head is kind of infinite, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then you have physical boundaries. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it has to have an end, but then what's beyond it?
How?
So so then therefore it has to be infinite, which is
but then how? It's both, isn't it? If it has to have an end, how?
Yeah.
If it therefore has to be infinite, but how?
Yeah, and if it is infinite, that means there's infinite universes, which also means there's
infinite possibilities.
planets and possibilities and infinite lives, and that, like I say, that what's that thing with the that Ricky Gervais says with the unlimited monkeys typing typewriters.
Yeah, one will
write the words of
eventually
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And then Carl Pilkington's like, yeah, but I've never even known one write a book.
yeah.
It does like literally bend your mind just thinking about it.
It does.
Because, like you say, like what if it's expanding into something bigger than it already is? What's the limit? Is it
there
a
has to
limit?
have space to expand into?
Yeah.
But then we could also just there is the possibility that our air quotes understanding of what the universe even is completely fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Like we could literally, like when you look at like germs,
right,
and then under a microscope and stuff.
Yeah.
Like our universe, and then you like see like there's a whole other fucking world within just even a fucking like if I fucking like cut my finger and put a little bit of blood on a petri dish, like there's like a fucking universe in there. Like we could literally be like our universe could literally be like a speck of cells in an even grander fucking
mate,
we could be so fucking relevant, and that could just be like that layered all the way up, and then whatever the fuck we're a speck of, they're a speck of, and they're a speck of, and it's just
because if you've seen like cells, like within cells, like the amount of complex stuff that's in, there's like whole fucking worlds and stuff of things going on, of like things moving in different proteins and like all this shit going on in like a few cells, and it's like we can't even see it.
No
stuff moving and operating.
So the other, like, this is complete fucking like left turn, I guess, but have you ever looked at like the iris of an eye? Like that looks like a fucking universe.
You
know, it's just like there's loads of shit like that, and then I guess that goes into like creationism and like that there's a god and stuff. Like you see, like I think there's, I can't remember. I think it's like a flower or something like that resembles a part of your brain and shit. Like there's like things that match up across
your brain as well. Looks like the universe. The map of a brain and the map of the universe all look like super similar. That's how
and they're like the synapses and stuff, how that all works and shit. It's just it's I don't know. I just don't think we'll ever understand, because like until like literally about 2 weeks ago, we thought if you go into a black hole, that's the end. Now they're like, oh no, actually we think that you can go through them. And it's just like, well, hang on a minute. What makes you now say that? Like, because you said if a black hole rocks up, it'll suck everything, all light and matter into it, and that'll be it. But now they think that it spits you out the other side. Not necessarily in one piece, but they think it spits you out the other side.
Well,
where's the other side?
Black holes, the time is called event horizon. The time changes in a black hole.
Time dilation, I watched a clip of what's his name? Brian Cox explained that to Joe Rogan. He was like, so if we were at a black hole and I went through it, basically I wouldn't like just go like get sucked in and that'd be it. It's like you'd like see me like stretch out and slow down and turn red for some reason until I eventually just faded away. And like I would like literally like because time just dilates and stuff as it goes. It's really
I mean that's mental, isn't it? That time change, like,
because therefore time isn't linear.
No, at some point we'll send something there, and be able to like track it and watch what's happened with it, and then it's going, that whatever goes there is going to be, the time it's going to be affected differently, which is mental. Like how like time is fucking it's just bizarre. It's like if you can fuck with time, you can fuck with anything, can't you?
Exactly. And
It's
you can
crazy.
fuck. Therefore, you can fuck with space as well. And if you can fuck with space, then you can travel further than. Because if you can manipulate time, you can manipulate space. And if you can manipulate space, then you can travel vast distances in a shortened amount of time. In theory. Yeah. Astro says, "What does an ant think of the ocean? Think the ocean is exactly? Apparently, ants can't even conceive or contemplate what we are because we're so big in comparison. And it's just like, what is the universe to an ant? Because they have no understanding.
No,
there's these fucking giants walking around.
Yeah, it's even to like, I even think about animals and stuff like cats and all that. Like, I have this thing about give a Lamborghini to a cat or a packet of cat food, and it's fucking have the cat food all day, and it's just like, well, to any animal actually, apart from humans, like any. I'm going off tangent a bit here, but it's their comprehension is they don't think about it, do they? They don't have the comprehension.
They just think they just survive, eat,
which is we question, question everything.
Yeah, and we really do answer nothing. We've given no answers today.
It's a hard one to give answers to in the universe. So.
Yeah, if we're picking questions, probably start with an easy one, I guess.
Yeah. Rather than what the greatest physicists on the planet can't even fucking answer.
Us three trying to figure it out.
That one.
Give us come back next time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I think we'll move to the horror tier list. May try and make a dent. I don't think we're going to complete it today because it's probably going to take another 8 episodes. But we'll make a dent or a few dents.
Yeah, we actually asked a question about this earlier. Astro asked, "Have you watched Clockwork Orange yet, Jordan?" I haven't. I still need to watch it. I do still need to watch it. Picked up. I sent a picture to you guys, didn't I? I picked up The Exorcist on DVD for 50p. Cool. Watched that. Yeah, I had already seen it, but I watched that again.
There's something special buying a DVD.
Yeah.
Putting it in and then watching it. That like I don't know why it is that it's a different process to just pressing it on your screen on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a.
I always used to like on films. It's not on every film, but I used to like watching. And for some people, this is mega boring. I used to like watching the commentaries. Like they'd have actors and the director, maybe producer, and they'd talk through what was happening on screen, what choices were made, what they didn't do, what they planned to do and didn't work out, so they did this. I found that really interesting watching it again. I feel like that's something you obviously don't get a lot of now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
unless you still buy the physical, which I suppose they probably still do. But I haven't bought a DVD or a Blu-ray for about 6 years, 7 years.
It's again, it's like convenience. It's weird. I think about this quite a bit, but it's like the delayed gratification with films. Like, I remember when Fight Club come out at the cinema, and I watched it at the cinema. I watched it twice at the cinema because it was an epic film. But then it didn't come out for like 6 months.
Yeah, there's always that big
and you
period,
had to wait. And I was so like, again, then it come out on DVD, and I bought it.
Yeah,
like straight away, and it's. I don't know, like now that films have come out, some of them they have cinema releases on Netflix now, don't they?
Yeah.
So like you don't even watch, you wouldn't even get to the cinema. There's even talks that the cinema is kind of like dying off.
Yeah.
Which I hope that doesn't go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it just seems like you just click your film, watch it. And I get it, it's just the way of the world, isn't it? But I just feel like it's a lost art.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I've got such fond memories of going to like Blockbusters and like picking out your film and getting your popcorn, and it's like an experience. I really feel if someone did that some way, that I don't know, just from nostalgia, I think it would do well, but it probably would.
I think I'd like.
I feel like it would. Yeah, again,
You're absolutely right. It was just like it was a great experience. It was awesome.
Or even getting a game, kind of similar thing.
Yeah,
where
I see that Blockbuster.
Get a game, you go to game, hire a game, and it's just like the appreciation for it is just ramps up. And I feel that's a lot the same with especially anything digital now. Like everything's instant, isn't it? There is.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you make it instant? It makes sense as a business
perspective
to do it.
I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but I feel like now my partner's got Disney Plus. I've got Netflix. I've got Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I really struggle to find anything that I really enjoy.
Constantly just scroll through, and I'm like, I've been scrolling through for 20 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah. But also on that, I'll say there's so much choice. So remember, like back in the day at Christmas, and you'd wait. There'd be Christmas films come on, and it'd be like a semi-new release, and you'd wait for you'd look so forward to it, and it'd be like, I don't know, Home Alone 3 or fucking something that come on. There's I'm just looking at this list in front of us. There's so many films and there's some good films in there. Like when we go through, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to sit down and watch that. It's a banger, but because it's just available and it's just there all the time, you just don't do it. But you don't think, oh, I'm not going to sit down and watch a film I've already seen. But back in the day, you kind of used to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like if with the TV thing, like if a film was on BBC, especially because BBC don't have ads. ITV used to annoy me because it would go to adverts. But if a good film was on BBC, you'd be like, oh, sick.
Oh yeah, you'd be 9 o'clock film. Yeah. And it's like if I ever go away and go to hotels and that, and you sit, you're chilling in the room, and if like you will watch a film, like say Saw 2 come on at 9 o'clock, you'll be like, I'm going to watch this. But you would never sit at home and Netflix and decide to put that on.
No.
Even TV, I think will die out. Like all the
I think it's really getting there.
There'll be channels and stuff, but it will just be it'll be linked in through like these Netflixes and documentaries and series. Like there'll be no need for channels really.
Yeah,
it's very old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still going to go to streaming services. We actually have a few questions. Oh no, well, a few. Yeah. Well, we have Astro says, anyone remember when they used to put trailers on DVDs? Good times. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I really used to not but I missed the fucking you wouldn't steal a handbag.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't steal a car. And it's like, so what, would you steal a film?
I love trailers. Like, it's one of my favourite bits of like going to the cinema or DVDs. But Roadhouse, and we're doing a remake.
Yeah.
So like Rach, my missus, he hasn't seen Roadhouse, and I was like, oh, I'll put the trailer on. It's like it's a sick film, and I'm remembering it from back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh mate, watch the trailer for Roadhouse. It is hilarious.
Really?
It's like one man. You thought he was, he's like the toughest guy in the street. He'll rip your heart out with one punch. It's like so corny.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Like, you have to watch the Roadhouse trailer. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm going to watch Roadhouse again.
Liam says, my mate had a free house last weekend, so we all went to his. About 6 or 7 18-year-olds, and me and my mates went, and we just sat there drinking and watching the Cars movies. Best time of my life. There we go.
Oh,
Corey says, have you seen, I don't know if it's on there, have you seen a film called A Serbian Film? Pretty grotesque. I haven't seen it, but I know all about it, but I kind of refuse to watch it.
I've seen that.
Is that not the stuff?
It's fucked up.
It's the guy who's a porn actor, and then that like this fucking mafia people get him to do horrible shit, and then the twist at the end is just fucking horrific.
Oh, I weirdly think I've seen that.
I haven't seen it. I need
to Google. I'm going to unlock some horrible memories here.
Yeah, for sure. While you're doing that, Amelia asks, what are your all-time favorite horror film? What's your all-time favorite horror film? I'd say my favorite all-time horror film is actually coming up. I think it was in the list. I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I have seen this.
Yeah, do you remember the end?
I remember the twist.
I can tell you what the twist is you want. My all-time favorite film is Wreck horror film, which is coming up.
Nice.
What's the? Because I have seen it. Yeah,
This is horrific. So I will have to say, for anyone that is of a not even a sensitive disposition, to be fair to you, you might want to mute for the next 10 seconds. Okay. Right. So the twist is at the end, he comes in and he has to like have sex with these two bodies that are under like blankets, and it turns out, and his brother comes in and does it as well.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it's his wife and his son.
Oh man,
that's fucking horrific. And then the wife and son like survive, and then at the end they're just kind of, I think they kill the brother, and then at the end they're just like sat there just in shock.
So the brother has to have sex with his wife and
his brother's wife and his nephew, but the brother knows, but the guy doesn't.
Right.
Horrendous. That's a Serbian film. That's a Serbian film. Cinemas are pricing. Oh yeah. So anyway, sorry. Before we go to that, but you're absolutely right, Brett. Cinemas are pricing people out nowadays. They're very expensive. It's mainly the up cost on fucking popcorn. But yeah, Amelia, what it says? What are your favorite horror films of all time? Mine's Wreck.
This is what?
Wreck is coming up. It's a Spanish horror film. The hotel.
Espanol.
Zombie.
Oh God, I was just thinking.
I mean, mine is. It's not really a horror, I suppose, but Alien, the original Alien. I suppose it is, and it's not a horror at the same time.
It definitely is.
But
I'd say Aliens isn't. Aliens is an action film.
Yeah,
but
Alien is just brilliant. Or Hereditary is probably the most recent film that I've watched. This horror that has actually, and it managed to capture my attention all the way through, and I'm like glued to it. And usually there are in horror films, I was like, I don't give a fuck about this. This is not engaging me at all. But yeah, that's one of the ones that I would go to. Either Hereditary, but probably Alien is the top.
Can I have a quick look at our top tier just to give me a recap?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Liam says, did Serbian film get banned? I think it is still banned. Hereditary, Corey says Hereditary. Amelia says Hereditary. Hereditary is definitely a close second for me, without a doubt. We did put it in Masterpiece.
We did.
We haven't got to it yet, but and it's a bit of a thriller stroke horror, but is it a horror? Because Seven's down in this list.
Yeah, Seven's fucking incredible.
That is a great
and
film.
that for me, if that's classed as a horror, that's up
is
there
7 in there?
Yeah. So that and again, I know it kind of, it's loosely a horror. I guess it's more of a thriller, but I would.
It definitely has some horror elements, doesn't it?
Yeah,
fucking
I would
hell.
go for that. I did like weirdly like Hostel. Thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
The first we haven't got to that. As far as like horror scaring you as a child, that used to get the original. It used to get me. And Freddy Krueger as well. That's another one that was played on me for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, bashing 7 for now for that. Oh, another good film down there.
Has anyone watched Human Centipede? I've heard stories about it, but never seen it. Yes. Me and Lozzie have a friend, M Zotic. She's a YouTuber / actress. She's actually in Human Centipede 2. Yeah. I believe. Isn't she? She's right at the end.
Yeah, she is the last.
As in, like, the end of the Human Centipede.
That's it.
Oh, she's the. I mean that.
That's like you got the shit of the shit of the shit of the shit. So you want to be at the front. Let's face it. You want to be at the front.
Yeah.
But yeah, M Zotic.
Have you watched them? I've watched them out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Just because. It's fucking weird.
It is mad. It is mad. Number 3 is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I don't think I've seen the third.
Yeah, it's like it's like a prison, and the warden is a fan of the movies, so he just turns all the prisoners into a giant fucking centipede.
Oh, did he make loads of them?
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I might watch that for banter.
Yeah, it's a great watch. Charlie
So-
says he wants to be in the middle. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Jesus.
you wrong gun. I
Isn't
mean,
it?
oh god, yeah.
He wants to be shit in, but also wants to be shit in someone else's
Shitting
mouth.
out.
So that's what he wants.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long that would last. Anyway, really, before death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Shall we start actually making a dent in this?
Yeah.
Because we're at 56 minutes and no
Oh,
progress.
when we first turned to this, I was actually hopeful we'd get through it, but not now.
No. So, Watership Down. Must admit, never seen it.
Incredibly sad.
Hmm.
Is it a
Is that
horror?
right?
That's the weakest horror I think I've ever seen.
I've never seen it. I don't know
sad.
anything about it. I'm just going by the cover of it or the artwork. It doesn't scream horror.
Yeah, it's
to
a
me.
cartoon about rabbits, but like,
Yeah.
doesn't their home get like ripped up by construction
Yeah,
workers?
I mean it's sad, but it's not a horror.
You
I mean, it's a
die.
horror if you're a rabbit.
Yeah, it's a children's film, isn't it?
It's a chill, yeah. I don't know who's put. I don't think it's right sitting there because there's lots of sad films for kids, but none of them are horrors. Unless there's a fucked up version where like you put that on and some crazy shit happens. But
Watership Down extended director's cut.
Yeah,
I think that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's from a horror perspective.
Yeah,
that's got to be bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Don't get me wrong, it's not.
Burn.
It's a good film. It's fucking sad as shit. Like if you want to get depressed, watch that. But it's not a horror film.
Fair play.
As a kid, it's a horror. Fair play, Ashton. That is a good point. Insidious.
Yeah,
fucking brilliant, isn't it?
It is good. As horrors go, it is good.
The jump scare over his shoulder is fucking horrendous.
And considering the vast linked films is in that kind of universe that they've created, it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I think it's the best one of the series.
What was
New
that
one coming out soon? The Red Door.
What was that one that you said that's got the girl and the images like in the corner and stuff?
That was Hereditary, I think.
Yeah,
Hereditary. Yeah, that's cool. I want that.
Yeah, we put that. I think that was when you were away. We put that in Masterpiece. It's fucking brilliant.
No, I get them two confused and see this and Hereditary.
What are the thingies again?
In what tier?
The
Oh, right, okay. Masterpiece, great, good, okay, bad,
great.
And haven't seen
this is great.
Yeah, I'd put it.
I'd agree.
What the fuck is that next one?
It Follows. Not watched.
It Follows is cool. Very original premise. The demon thing is an STD. So basically, you have sex with someone.
Right.
No, scrap that. So you've got a demon thing that can take the form of any person, constantly walking towards you. No matter where you are, it's constantly walking towards you. And then if it catches you, then it'll fucking kill you, right?
Right.
The way you pass it on is you have sex with someone. When you have sex with someone, it then attaches to them and starts following them. So but then if it say it's attached to me, I have sex with someone, it's attached to them, it gets to them and kills them, and then comes back to me.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's really like, now that probably sounds shit, but it's really good. It's really good film, and it's very original for a premise.
Yeah,
it's very good. I think it's very good, and it's surprisingly good. When you hear the premise out loud, it sounds terrible, but I mean, you've just got to like. Yeah, Astra says different meaning of the word body count. Or term
that should have been the fucking tagline.
Yeah, body count. Yeah. I'm surprised they've not done a film called that. Actually.
Get that body count up. It follows. But yeah, like if it's all right, just I don't know, sleep with a prostitute every now and then, you'll be golden.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but surely the premise of it, you
Sounds like
need
a
to
statue
tell
of
them.
a demon. I think it is. I think it is.
You need to tell them what's going to happen because otherwise it's just going to come back to you anyway, isn't it?
Nah. You don't want to be doing that.
All right, fair play.
Like, I'm off to Australia. See ya. But yeah,
What would you put it in?
I
then?
would. I would say it's actually a great film.
Great. Okay.
Honestly, I think it's in a lot of people's like top tens. It's a good film. Original premise. The original. It.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now,
I've seen scenes, but I ain't seen it all.
I
And for
love
me-
this film. Well, they like to. This kind of like a mini series thing, isn't it? It was really weird, but
Yeah.
and like, who's the guy that plays it?
Tim Curry, isn't it?
Tim Curry,
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. But the budget on it was fucking like, if you actually watch it now, and the
Yeah.
acting is a bit iffy apart from him, it's. I think if you're being critical, it's probably like okay, but in my head, it's like it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, they shat with the ending. They shat the bed completely. But then I know that the book is quite hard to transform into a movie.
I don't know. What I've seen of it, it looks unsettling, but I ain't seen enough of it.
It has
to
some amazing elements. It really does. I would say that the movie is superior, but then that's because they got, 2017, 18 special effects and stuff.
Yeah.
And Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was fucking immense. But
Yeah.
Tim Curry, that's his name, isn't it? Yeah, it goes a long way. I'd say it's good.
Yeah, you will put it in good. Do you agree, Dan?
Yeah. It's a good.
It's dated, and not only is it dated, but it had a lot. I think it didn't have the biggest budget, which doesn't help it now.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised.
What's that?
Surprised not seen it. When you said about that, It Follows, it reminded me of another film called Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Oh, right.
With a demon. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay. It's an old film, but oh god, got a demon.
That's it.
Yeah, Fallen with Denzel Washington, like one of his old, I think it's like 98, 99, something like that. Yeah, it's got this demon, but it is a really good twist in it as well. Really
nice.
good.
Cool.
It's like worth watching.
The Fallen.
It's a bit of a horror.
I'll have to check it out.
More like demony. And it reminded me that It Follows, like similar. This demon gets passed on through like touching.
Right.
Which is
Similar-ish.
Similar-ish. Yeah. Probably, if you are going to watch it, I'll probably ruin a bit of that for you, but it's worth a watch.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. I'd say it's great.
I
think the first one is really great.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers, I have not seen.
It's. I mean, if we're being it's shit in it, really.
Yeah.
Like it is shite.
I know absolutely fucking nothing about this film or the series of films because there's more than one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. They're just.
It is poo.
Bang average.
Yeah.
What we saying?
I wouldn't say it's, but I think bottom of the barrel is disrespectful.
Yeah, bad.
It's bad. Fuck, we put Halloween in bad.
That was my decision. I don't resonate with the Halloween series.
I'm not a fan, to be fair.
Martyrs. This is like up there for people with a Serbian movie or a Serbian film.
Okay.
I've not seen this film, but the ending is as climactic and horrific in the same sort of sense. I don't really know if I should say what the ending is. I mean, it's been ruined for me. I haven't even fucking seen it, but it does sound like horrible.
Yeah,
but not in like a gory way. But there is gore in the film.
A lot.
Yeah.
Martyrs is horrific.
And they essentially want to find out what happens after you die, isn't it? That's the premise of the film. That's why they're doing what they're doing. They're trying to find out what happens after you die. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, isn't it? In Martyrs. I'm sure
I
it
haven't
is.
seen it, but I've wrote it down.
No, so I think it's with the help of a friend, a tormented woman tracks down the family that imprisoned and tortured her when she was a child. Are you thinking of
I might be thinking of a different film.
what's that film? Is it Flatliners?
No, it's one where they're trying to seek what happens after you die.
That's
And
Flatliners.
then,
Well, they do that in Flatliners.
but they're trying to find out like where you go, what your conscience system does, and what happens. And then they basically get people to the brink of death, and then bring them back to life for them to say what happened.
Yeah,
But the way they do it is horrific, and at the end, it's not really a
I
spoiler.
don't think it's Martyrs.
No,
That's
sorry,
a
it might be a
different
different
film.
film. I don't
I
know what
think
film.
you're talking about Flatliners, or I think it's called Flatliners.
Yeah, Flatliners is that's the premise, but it's not. It's not
like junior
horrific.
doctors, isn't they?
Yeah, it's not a horrific how they get into there. So maybe it's a different film. White Noise. What was that? Was that any? No, that's not.
Martyrs is fucking bad, like bad. But I haven't actually seen it. But I've heard about it. It's one of them.
Yeah.
So right. So audience review, right? Literally, if you want to watch torture porn, this is for you. It's terrible. The ending is awful, and you get no closure. The entire movie, they are pretty much unable to fight back. So it's like watching a wingless bird try to fly for an hour and a half.
Well, yeah.
Oh god.
But it is, yeah, horrendous.
On that review, what do you guys think? It's not obviously not the film I thought of.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen it, but none of us have seen it, have we? So
it's this one. Yeah. Someone gets skinned alive. Yeah. Oh wait, you might be right, Loz.
I
Hang on,
swear it was
right?
Mark.
So I'm just going to read this. Right now, this is obviously spoilers and stuff. After being brutally beaten, Anna is put into the final stage of the martyrdom process, being skinned alive and consequently entering a euphoric state, much to the excitement of her torturers. That sounds kind of like what you were saying.
Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah, because I think at the end they successfully bring someone back from the brink of death, and then they whisper into their ear, obviously tell them what was at the end of the road, what will happen after death, and then the person who gets that information instantly shoots themselves.
nice. So no closure. Yeah, so yeah, great.
So yeah, that's all I know about it. I haven't watched it, but that's all I know about it.
Kind of want to watch it now.
Yeah, that's the
I'll
trouble
have
with
to give
these.
it a watch.
I
Yeah, he
kinda wanna
flays
watch
Anna
it.
alive. Yes, flays alive. They bring back a skinless Anna and clamp her down. Then it happens. Anna goes into a state of transcendence. There we go. So if you want to transcend, guys, get skinned alive.
That's it. Do we technically have
I'm
to
going
put
to give
this
it a watch. Where would I? Where I don't. I bet you can't even. I know this was banned. I know it was. Where can I watch Martyrs?
Same place you can watch a Serbian film.
You're able to stream Martyrs by renting or purchasing on Amazon Instant Video.
Nice. Bezos don't give a fuck.
He's just like, sorry, you can make me £3. Put it on.
Put it on. He's probably doing it.
It's on Prime Video. I might just fucking give it a watch after this. Fucking
Yeah, I can't
watch along. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll put it in I haven't seen, but I'm telling you, this time next week I will have. I'm gonna be, that's the best film I've ever seen. She transcends. Midsummer is very good. Same maker as Hereditary. I'm really looking forward to his new one that's coming out. Bo is not fine or something like that. It's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Yeah, that Midsummer's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, proper.
There's left some scenes in this. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, for me, the scene that sticks out the most, that like was the gruesome, was when the old couple jump
off the cliff,
and like you
Yeah.
see the close up, and it's like,
and then getting the fucking mallet afterwards, like the wooden.
and it's like, oh fuck, like that actually looks like real. It looks like fucking.
But imagine you think you're just at this cool, funky magic mushroom Swedish festival, and that's
what's going wrong.
Okay, I see. I've made an error here.
A grave error.
Grave error, yes.
Yeah.
Mistake I possibly will not recover from. Shit.
Yeah. I think it's great. I think Midsommar is great.
I'd agree.
It is great.
It's going in great.
Yeah. But Mother's a fucked up film.
I've not seen it.
Mother is a strange, strange film, and is an allegory for Mother Nature and God. And
Nice.
there's a scene in it that is absolutely horrific, but it's really weird. It's a husband and wife. The husband is famous and loved by everyone, but the and Jennifer Lawrence's character, who's the mother, is very house proud and stuff. And as the guy's fame increases, they like come to the house and stuff, and they start destroying her house and everything. And then something happens, which I won't say because it's a massive spoiler, but it is absolutely horrific. But it's actually an allegory that the guy is God, and as his fame increases, i.e., as Christianity spreads, the house gets destroyed, and the woman is actually Mother Nature, and the house is Earth, and it's very, very cool. But yeah, it's horrendous. It's very scary, but not scary, but it's very disturbing in places.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very creative though, like for what they were trying to do to do it that way.
Yeah, it sounds.
I'd say it's a good film. I wouldn't say it's great. Like it hasn't but that's more so because it's not really a film that I feel a need to watch again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say it's a good film.
I'll put it in good. If there's no objections, I mean, I ain't seen it, so I can't really object. So.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it. I kind of will like to watch it.
I think it's definitely 100% worth a watch. Definitely. In fact, sometimes there's something nice about a film that you feel you only need to watch once.
Yeah,
that's true.
You know,
Cabin Fever. I've not seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's a great film. Do you think? It depends on which one it is, because this film's really weird. Because if I'm not mistaken, right, this film came out, and then like literally about 3 years later, they remade it.
Oh, okay. So I may have seen the.
Oh no, I'm actually full of shit. They made it in 2002, then remade it in 2016. But that's a big difference. But yeah, no, the original's really cool. The remake's not that bad, but they're fucking hell, man. Like, oh god, there's one scene in particular. I remember watching it.
I need to recap my memory.
Cabin Fever is about the flesh-eating virus thing.
Definitely not seen it.
Hell, man, that is horrific. When the girl's in the fucking barn. Oh man, that's fucking.
Yeah, she's like rotting away.
Yeah, and then the boyfriend goes in there and he sort of goes, put her out of her fucking misery with like a fucking baseball bat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think I watched it at cinema.
I remember watching that and just like, oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm between great and good, but I'm
the same. I would give you know what, I'd give that the
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, let's put it in great. I think.
Great.
I've watched it multiple times.
It was original as well. I'll give it that.
Yeah, for sure.
The Rocky Horror Show.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Haven't seen it.
It is a musical, I believe. I've not seen it all the way through. Again, I've watched clips, and I
It's a Rocky Horror Show. Is that using Queen songs, or am I making that up?
Yeah, I think that the character in this is put into a Queen video for, I can't remember what song it was. Might be "Don't Stop Me Now" or something like that. I swear that looks very similar to what he dressed up as. But yeah, I can't really remember the premise of the film. I've only watched bits of it, but it's a musical and also like a kind of horror-ish take on a musical. It doesn't hit anywhere for me because I don't like musicals, so automatically I'm just like out. But yeah, I don't really know what else happens in it. I know there's like a group of people. They lure this couple in to this kind of building mansion thing, and they do all fucked up stuff with him, like try and get him, influence him to do fucked up shit. And then there's like they break into a song and dance. That's what breaks the immersion for me. Like you're halfway through a speech and they go like, bring out the jazz hands and the clicks. You're like, oh, fuck. Broken.
Yeah. I struggle with musicals and film.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It just breaks.
It takes the edge off it, don't it? It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I respect it for being what it is. I mean, it's a good musical, beloved by a lot of people, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, the Joker 2 is a musical, isn't it? Which is,
it's automatically, I'm like, probably not going to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it, but
I mean, Brett says Rocky Horror isn't a horror movie. Yeah, I don't know if like with Joker 2, because like there was, I mean, it didn't like break into dance, but there were dance elements, weren't there? Like him in the fucking. So I don't know if they're like expanding on that.
Yeah,
but it's obviously going to be, the musical is going to be because he's fucking insane, isn't it? And it's all going to be in his head.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But it's like, yeah.
But if Batman rocks up and does a break dance,
maybe they pull it off. I don't think I've seen a musical that I'm like, that's top tier. I can't think of a musical.
Les Miserables is fucking, I'd say, it's a masterpiece. But I did drama at school. I originally wanted to go on the West End. My dream was to perform as Jean Valjean on the West End, and then I chose sports science.
Hits for you. and you what?
Then I chose sports science.
The dream died.
Yeah, that's it. I've become a YouTuber instead. But I do totally get it. Like, you know, some musicals are just like, they're a bit much. Like, why are you singing about going to get milk? Like, stop.
Yeah, I mean, that's different for different people. Just I just can't ever remember a film that I'm like, that's hit hard and there's been a musical.
I think the only film that I remember actually being interested in and was a musical at the same time was Blues Brothers. And I enjoyed that just because it had like the action scenes in it, and then there was a form of music going on at some point.
I suppose if it like say, you know, 8 Mile has got, it's not a musical, but it's got like music things in.
It's like 8 Mile's sick.
And that for me, that's
his real name's Clarence.
Top tier film. So if you just put that in the category, then my words are done, because that's a top 20 film for me. But I don't think anyone's ever classed that as a musical.
No.
But you know, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've put that in. Haven't seen, by the way, Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I don't think all of us or any of us have seen it all the way through. Ouija.
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
One of a very rare phenomena, that film, in that the first one, that one is shit, and the sequel is really fucking good. Like, normally if you've got a horror film where the first one's crap and it's just made enough money to make a fucking sequel, but the sequel is awesome, I would say. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that one. I'd say that it's a bad film.
Bad or bottom of the barrel?
Bad. Bad. Yeah, it's not fucking Smiley House of Wax bad.
Right.
That's fucking disrespectful.
Crazies.
Crazies has a special place in my heart because whenever the fuck this film came out, when did this film come out? I know it's a remake. It came out in 2010. Okay, 2010. So I was 15, 16. I like Pirate Bayed this film. I think.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it got and it put a virus on my computer. I was devastated.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I paid a large cost for this movie.
So you obviously didn't pay attention to the adverts during the DVD era, you know?
That's it. I would like to say I did go on to buy it on DVD, so yeah, I did. But no, I think it's a good film.
I've not watched it. I don't know anything about it.
It's like people start going crazy. I think it's like chemical warfare or something in the end. I can't remember, but this town just gets hit by this. It's just people start going crazy, killing each other, and it's like the sheriff and a few survivors just trying to make it out alive, but they're killing. It's like like in America, you get them small towns where everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like they're killing like people that they know. It's a good film. I think it's a good film.
Put it in good. I can't contest. If we go up to Poltergeist, and then we'll call it there.
Okay.
An American.
I like that we've got to do Saw 2, then Saw 3, then Saw. That's an interesting order.
Yeah. I mean, they'll blur for me, but
yeah. The best thing about the Saw movies is just at the end where like they do that
100%.
montage where it all comes together.
Yeah.
It's like, what you didn't realise was there was this man behind the
the twist. It's a bit like Scooby Doo on steroids.
Yeah.
That's fair. That is quality. That's actually
it's awesome. That is the bit that's just like, yes. It's like, like the whole perspective that you've seen, the camera just like turns to the left, and there's like the killer and the guy's like, it was him the whole time.
Yeah.
How did you not know? It's like because the camera wasn't pointing at him.
Yeah. You're 100% right. The Scooby Doo bit at the end is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. American Werewolf in London. I have seen this, but it was so long ago I can't remember it.
I've no idea.
It's iconic, though, isn't it?
I saw it when it back in the day when I was very young. And in fact, when did it come out? And it was at the time it was fucking scary. But I don't know how old. So it came. I mean, so I didn't watch it when it first came out, but it came out in 81. So I watched it probably. I watched it young. I must have been like 7 or 8 or something. So for me, it was really scary in my head.
Yeah.
But now if you look at some of the images, it looks awful.
But they had. I tell you that. I think it was like it was really cool. They had like an animatronic, like werewolf transformation.
Yeah.
Like it was like practical effects, but it was like it was really cool.
If you think so, like if you catapult back to the day when I was watching it, it was like that was some of the best special effects of the time. Of so like I remember for me at the time thinking, "Fucking hell, this is scary," because it felt quite real.
Yeah.
So if you watch it now, it'd be a different effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, back when I first watched it back in time, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
Well,
should we put it in great?
I'd put it in great again for the one of those like kind of iconic ones that just holds the test of time.
Yeah. I mean, like for example, I know we're not going to discuss it today. I don't think because I think it's coming up. Is The Exorcist on there?
Yes, it's underneath.
I bought that the other day. I had seen it obviously, but I bought it the other day to watch again on DVD. And as much as I enjoyed it because it's The Exorcist, I was like, "Fuck me, this is dated." Like, how on earth are people throwing up and passing out in the cinema?
You know? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what their budget was for mushy peas, but fucking hell, they bought a lot. Like, you know, all of the puke fucking scenes, just someone just with a bucket of mushy peas, just like hitting the vicar in the face with peas. But it's still an awesome film. It is a fucking awesome film. But yeah, Woman in Black. Love this film. I bought tickets for January the 15th, I want to say. The theatrical, the theater version.
Oh,
I'm going
nice.
to see. Yeah, because I just always wanted to see it in the theater because apparently she like walks around the fucking audience and shit, which just sounds horrendous.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm seeing that on January the 15th. And when I bought the tickets, I was like, fucking hell, this is like 11 months away. But, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I really like the film. The second one is absolutely garbage, but the first one I really like. And if you can, it's hard to do, but I think if you can get past, oh, look, it's Harry Potter, it's a really good film.
Yeah.
But that is an issue because it is like, he is just Harry Potter. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know he's done some good films. He did that one. The South African one was really good. That guy that fought apartheid that breaks out of the prison. That was a really good film. He plays him. But it's just Daniel Radcliffe is just Harry Potter, and it's really, really hard to get past.
I remember watching this film for the first time, and for the first minute of the film that I was watching, it wasn't necessarily the first minute of the film, but the first minute I caught of the film, I was like, this is Harry Potter's changed, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I actually thought it was a Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it once I actually sat down and watched it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool film. Have you seen it then?
I think I have, but I can't really remember it.
Basically, it's like in the 18th century, he's a lawyer that has to, or a solicitor that has to go to this haunted house to sort out the affairs of a woman that has died. And she's like still there haunting it. And she like haunts and kills the children of the village and stuff.
Yeah. I think that's why I'll probably put it on and just skipped a load of it.
Yeah,
it just wasn't really one for me, but again, to Harry Potter-esque.
Yeah, I'd say it's a great film personally, but where do you guys want to put it?
I think it just creeps into great for me. So,
yeah, I'm all right there because I wasn't really invested in it, so it's like,
yeah.
I may not have even have seen it if I'm totally honest. I can't remember. It's kind of feels familiar, but
I tell you what, the thing with this film that I think fucked up a lot of people, right? This film, I watched it again the other day. This film is somehow a 12, right?
Yeah.
This film is one of the scariest, for like jump scares and stuff, one of the scariest fucking horror films.
What,
and and like if I was like fucking 12 and I went to the cinema to see this, I think I would have been fucking disturbed for the rest of my life. Like, it's a 12, Woman in Black.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were on to the next film.
Oh, sorry, no. But yeah, no, fucking. I was watching it again the other day, and I was like, "Holy shit! I forgot how many jump scares and stuff are in this film."
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it then. No, I'm looking at the images. No, I haven't seen it, so I can't. Go where you guys go.
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth. Now, this is a kid's kind of film-ish. It's Del Toro, isn't it?
Yeah.
Guillermo. I never know how to say his first name.
I don't know how you say his first name either.
But yeah, Del Toro. Fantastic film. Really fucking fantastic film. I wouldn't class it as, well, I wouldn't really class it as a horror. I'd class it as
has
fantasy.
got horror thriller traits in it, especially some of the creatures that are in it.
Yeah, like the one with the eyes on his head.
Yeah.
It's very like early Stranger Things, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sad. It's fucking sad. It's horribly sad at the end. Once you realise what's going on. It's like she's in a kind of. It's a fictional. It's not based on real world events, but they've made to be very like almost Nazi-ish sort of soldiers, and she's been taken in with her mum, who is a partner of the leading soldier of this group,
like the
and then
group,
she's like abused. She's like, she sees stuff that people get killed in front of her, all this stuff, and she's kind of trying to escape that reality through going into like an alternate dimension, and then you get the creatures there, and it's just all fucking horrible at the end. But it's a good film. It's a good film. I wouldn't necessarily class it as a full blown horror.
I'm pretty sure Pan's Labyrinth was a fucking PG.
That would surprise me if it was PG. But at the same time, there's no like.
I know it's 15. I'm well off. What the fuck am I on about? I'm pretty sure this was a U. It's unrated.
PG-3.
It's bad. Oh, right.
Isn't it based on the Spanish Civil War? Because it is a Spanish film, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a brilliant film. I wouldn't class it as a horror though, man.
No, yeah, it's
So I think we have to review this or rate this from a horror perspective.
Fair.
So, as a horror, I'd say it's okay. This is a fantasy film to me.
yeah. It's like
To me, it's like we're rating fucking Never-Ending Story, and we're trying to say,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good, or what others around there?
What would you reckon? Good or okay for a horror?
Okay.
Okay for a horror.
There's going to be people.
I'm sorry, look.
It's in good company. Kind of.
Yeah. It's not that like Gremlins against not really. It's a
exactly.
It's the right place for it.
Like if you said Gremlins for a Christmas film, I'd be like, right, well, it's a great Christmas film.
Yeah.
No,
that's the right show, I think.
Yeah. Paranormal Activity.
Today, Paranormal Activity.
I mean,
it kicked off like
I'm going to be controversial here.
Go on, then. You don't say
for cultural impact, for how big it was at the time, for the whole found footage thing. Paranormal Activity is a masterpiece.
He went there. I do agree to a certain extent, just because it did start off a whole swathe of like these sort of elements being in films or copycat films. I just don't find the films that fucking scary though.
There's 7 of them.
They went there.
Yeah.
Fuck me. I mean, they were like,
What is the Paranormal Activity where they're like you see all the people piling into the house, almost like zombie like? Right. That was absolutely fucking trash.
Yeah, set in like the 80s, and they somehow had a 1080p fucking camcorder.
But I'd agree because of what it set off, what it resembles. I don't think the actual content of the film is masterpiece, but I do think.
I just think it was so. I might be being a bit OTT. It's got to be great.
I'd seen one.
Great. I'd accept great.
I've seen the first one, I think, and I remember that being pretty decent. What we got? We got masterpiece, and what's under that?
Great or good?
Great.
Yeah, I'd definitely go for great.
Yeah.
I mean, masterpiece could be so that, like I say, it's set off. I think masterpiece.
I feel like it set off a fucking genre.
Yeah. I don't know too much about the origin, but what else did it kind of set off? What sort of?
Just like the found footage. Yeah. No, but then I guess Blair Witch did that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll put in great. Yeah, I'll put in great. Yeah, I think it's great. I still think I would still happily watch the first one as a great movie for sure. I think it's got good scares and stuff.
Is
Blair Witch, is that up there?
Well, I don't think we've come to it yet. There it is.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Still got some really good ones.
Definitely, yeah. And some really fucked up ones as well. I'm looking at you, Tusk. What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah. Fuck.
Oh, that's fucking Tusk. I think that's weird, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
probably
If you
as
like
weird as it fucking gets.
Is that? I don't know if we're going off tangent. We've got to go. Is that where two guys are sitting opposite each other, or not?
I don't remember that unless there's something I've missed in that film.
Or am I thinking of?
I mean, I don't want to give away. It's not. It is a spoiler and not a spoiler at the same time, so I won't say it. But I mean, there's. It's just not right.
Oh yeah, the yeah. This is the one. Wait, I remember him sitting opposite. Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh god, that's hilarious. Okay.
I mean, it's not hilarious for the guy involved, but
No, it really wasn't.
that's not ideal.
The Tusk. So there's the Tusk 2, which is.
Yeah, I ain't seen that one. I didn't even know there was.
I'm gonna like. Oh, I don't feel like I've watched it to the end. Fuck, I'm gonna have to.
I mean, won't blame you.
Because it's a progressive movie, isn't it?
Yeah, progressive in terms of just insanity.
I think. Fuck, well, I got off that, but I like ones that they're just a bit fucking weird.
There's some good ones still to come.
We've still got some good ones to go.
I feel like we can get it done in the next tier thing. I think this is number 6. I'm pretty sure this is the 6th one we've done of this.
We're definitely in 2023. We'll have this list.
Yeah, we'll get it finished.
Yeah, I'll make a mega video of.
It'll be
definitely.
This will be one to watch for Christmas. Just on the loop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good films to come. A lot of famous films as well.
Yeah, massively.
We should stitch it all together and then put this through as like the longest podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just release it as the fucking horror tier list podcast.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking stitched through. Just record a little intro. Just be like, this is the thing, and then just fucking bosh, 4-hour podcast.
Hang it out.
Yeah. Fucking yeah.
Same
But
amount
I'd say
of
there's
time.
a couple. I'd say there's potentially a couple of masterpieces in there
Yeah,
to come,
I'd agree.
which is interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a good.
I think maybe even more than. I think there might be even 3 or 4, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will. But before we do the next one, I'll rewatch Tusk.
Yeah.
To give it a proper good review.
To give it, yeah.
One of them films you definitely need to watch more than once. I mean, you don't, but yeah.
Sixth Sense is fucking quality.
Yeah.
What's that one after Sixth Sense? Void.
Void, yeah, I've done.
Really cool film. It's a Lovecraft kind of cosmic horror film. And it's a modern film, but they really wanted to use, like the practical effects of the 80s and stuff. So it's like a homage to that. It's a really fucking cool film. I think it was on Amazon Prime. That's how I watched it.
Cool. I'm gonna have to watch that definitely because that when we end, we're gonna end on that. So it's want to go out with a bang.
Out with a bang. That's it. It's got to be
Wolf
done.
Creek. Yeah, but that's a great backpacking movie to watch. Fucking, I've been there as well. Shits you right up.
Yeah, of course. I've thought about doing it. That's a true case, isn't it? Based on a true.
Based on it. It's a little bit distorted, but yeah, based on it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. We camped there. Me and Rach.
Wow.
In a tent.
Yeah.
But I think it didn't actually happen at Wolf Creek. It actually happened somewhere else. The proper case. But
oh wow.
Yeah. There was stuff at Wolf Creek, I believe. I'd have to look into it again, but yeah, there's another place where it happened as well.
Oh wow. Well, that's another nearly 2-hour pod. Good lord.
Yeah, hour 40, yeah. And you're getting sport for time here. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Look out for those UFOs. They seem to be more of them around at the moment.
Yeah,
catch the video if you can, and send it to us because we'll review it, obviously.
Yeah.
And we'll potentially, no, I'm not even going to say it. We won't finish the horror tier list next episode because I don't want to box us into that. But we'll definitely make some inroads into finishing it.
Yeah.
The 8th, possibly the 9th episode that we cover it on. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, whatever you're doing, wherever you're listening from or watching from. And we'll see you in the next one up the APMA.